Well, Caleb, some of the impacts that we are seeing is some of the people being impacted by those accused lower level criminals are being further impacted, and even in some cases, new people are being further impacted as well. Now, when it comes to a solution, the jail says they are right now trying to figure out a solution for these overpopulation problems here at the jail. But of course, when dealing with a problem that's been ongoing for years, it's no easy task to try and find a solution, especially considering just how out of date and how undersized this jail is to deal with the criminal population here in Jackson County.
The fact is, we don't have enough space to meet the current demand of our community and to really keep the community as safe as possible.
Overpopulation. It's a problem that the Jackson County Jail has been dealing with for several years. And for the jail's commander, it's one of the most frustrating realities that he has to deal with each and every day.
It's far and away the most frustrating part of our job. And so
according to Captain Josh Aldridge, the situation has even gone so bad that the jail now holds the #1 spot for most releases per year in the entire state.
In Jackson County, we've led the state for many, many years now, and that's not a per capita lead, that's an actual true number lead. So over all the big counties in Oregon, we're the leader in the amount of people that we have to release just strictly due to overcrowding.
In fact, back in 2021, a study on the Jackson County jail population showed that more than 3,200 accused lower-level criminals, or almost 39.5% of the lodgings from that year, were released back into the public, all because there just wasn't enough space to keep them into custody as higher-level criminals take up more of the space.
We're to the point with our jail where every bed that can be occupied, they're almost fully occupied by people who have committed or been alleged to have committed felony person crimes. So that means that virtually anybody who's arrested for a property crime, they end up on that lower end of the risk, and we end up releasing those people back into the community.
And the pandemic hasn't made their situation any better. Back in 2020, the jail had to reduce their maximum capacity down from 300 to 220 beds. Now, although that number has risen back up to 260, the fact remains that there's just not enough space to house the increase of criminals in the county. And Aldridge says criminals are taking advantage of that.
I've talked to offenders who have said, we know that in Jackson County, if we steal X amount of property, keep it under that felony level, there's no way that we're going to really be held accountable in our current criminal justice system. And so, really, I think it empowers people to go continue to commit these crimes, knowing that the likelihood that they're going to have immediate consequences is really low.
And are in some cases even getting more daring with their crimes.
We've seen people escalate criminal behavior from those first jail releases, right? And so you have somebody that comes in that initial time with a lower level of theft, and they have to be released, and then the next time they violate or they commit a new crime, it's just a little bit higher level of theft.
Back in 2020, the Jackson County Sheriff's Office tried to solve this problem by introducing the production of a new jail for the county on the ballot. But ultimately, a large amount of voters rejected the idea. So now the jail says they're looking into whatever option they can as they continue to try and find a solution to this seemingly growing problem.
Have any specific plans anytime soon to try to put this new jail initiative back on the ballot? What we're trying to do right now is we're looking at where the economy's at. We know it's tough for people to pay any additional money, and so we're going to look at every single option that we have to try to find jail space for folks.
Now, the jail says they are also asking the public for any input that they may be willing to provide as well on how to solve this ongoing issue that's, again, been plaguing this jail now for the last several years. Again, the biggest problem with this issue is that the jail just does not have enough space right now to house all of these criminals who are committing all of these accused crimes. And again, because of that, they're having to release all of these lower-level criminals back out into the community. That way they can keep the more serious ones locked up inside of here. Reporting live in Medford, I'm Brett Taylor, News Watch 12.